28 years later, The Bone Temple is the fourth film in this series. Let's see if it stacks up compared to the previous films. Que lo que, mi gente del Caribe. Thank you guys all so much for joining me. I appreciate your support as always. Today we're going to be talking about 28 years later, The Bone Temple. This is directed by Nia DaCosta and it stars Ralph Fiennes, Jack O'Connell, Chi Lewis Perry, Aaron Kellyman, and Alfie Williams. The story continues with following young Spike as he encounters this nightmarish satanic crew led by Jimmy Crystal as they barrel towards a collision course with Dr. Kelson, who is forming an unlikely bond with one of the infected. I was very excited for this movie. I love the original film. I think the second one gets a little too much hate. I think it's okay. And then 28 years later, the one that came out just last year, I think was solid. Not amazing, but I thought it was really solid and a great reintroduction into this world, into this story. And this film, The Bone Temple, has to be, so far, possibly my favorite film in this entire series. I loved this so much. I think it is so well directed by Nia DaCosta. She is an incredible director, and I absolutely loved what she brought to the table for this film. Tonally, one of my issues with the movie before this was that I thought the tone was a little inconsistent, especially at the end. A lot of you know what I'm talking about there. But this film felt a lot more consistent with the tone throughout the entire runtime. And I also appreciated that more gritty tone where it feels more grotesque, more intense, and it really ups the stakes because you feel like anything could happen and you want to know, is everyone going to be okay? Is something going to go wrong here? And therefore you start to really care deeply about Alfie Williams, who is incredible here. He is such a talented young actor. I am excited to see what else that young man is going to do because he is really incredible here and he makes you care about his character very deeply and that you want him to be okay, especially in the midst of being essentially captured by this crew, this satanic group that you want him to be able to get away from. And so it's really intense and kind of nail-biting in that sense. But then you care about him, and you also care about Ralph Fiennes' character, who, once again, Ralph Fiennes, he is fantastic. I love him as an actor. He's one of the best that we have today. And his character and this unlikely bond that he's forming with one of the infected is very intriguing. And I think for some people, they might find it a bit odd, but I think within that lies very much the heart of the film. There's this essence of hope and healing from this tragedy of an apocalypse, this zombie apocalypse in Britain. And so it's really engaging in that way because they also do an excellent job of highlighting how delicate this is and how delicate this bond is and this somewhat of a breakthrough is. And so it's, without spoiling anything, it's really exciting how they handle that, and I really appreciated it. As I mentioned, this film is a lot more consistent with the tone than the previous film, but also this is the most intense of the series. It's very grotesque, really uncomfortable at times, and it can be hard to watch, but in a positive way where, you know, it's meant to be that way. They're really trying to highlight barbarism and the falling of society in that sense. And it does a good job of elevating some of that social and political commentary that I think is more effective here than it was in the previous film. And so I really appreciated that, and I think that it was really thoughtful and really intentional with how everything was executed and how everything was kind of layered together. The ending of this film is absolutely fantastic. Without spoiling anything, for fans of the original, like myself, are really going to love this installment. They're really going to love the ending. It's exciting. They do a lot of great stuff with these characters, and the way that it kind of leads up to things feels very well done, and I am really intrigued to see what's going to happen in the third film of this new trilogy, the fifth overall. and I cannot wait. I think it's going to be so good, and I am eagerly waiting for it, and I'm so excited. Jack O'Connell is terrifying. He is such a tremendous actor. I feel like he really blew up on the scene with Sinners. Of course, he's been around for longer than that, but I think people really noticed him in Sinners. And now they're going to be seeing him in this film, and he is spectacular. He is shocking. He's unsettling, and it's very unnerving because you want to know, what is this guy going to do? He is awful, but he's also very charismatic in a way, and it's really scary how he portrays it, and he does such an exquisite job, and I loved his performance here. Just everything about this film, I think, was so well done, and I didn't have any issues with it. That being said, in terms of the cons, I don't have any cons, as I mentioned, but it's not going to be for everyone. Like I said, it's more grotesque. That's not going to be for everyone. It's more gritty, and it doesn't really shy away from things. Some of the issues that maybe some people had with the film before, they're going to have the same issue with this one. But I think this one is just a lot more effective, a lot more well done, and a lot more engaging. And so I absolutely loved this film, and for all of those reasons, I'm going to give 28 Years Later, The Bone Temple, a 5 out of 5 stars. This is very likely my favorite in the series. I have to rewatch the original again in order to really compare it, because, of course, previously, that was my favorite in the series. So I will let you guys know my ranking soon, probably once the last film comes out, and then I'll do a ranking at that point. But for now, this is really a neck-and-neck film. It's fantastic. If you're not going to understand the hype of these films with this one, you're probably never going to understand the hype with it. This is an incredible movie, an incredible series, and I highly recommend going to check it out if you're in the mood for a gritty and grounded apocalyptic film. Super awesome, great commentary, and great performances, and it's very engaging. So please go check it out. Go support this film in the movie theaters. Support the movie theater industry. Please, please, please. And I look forward to talking to you guys in the next one. I should have another review coming soon. So God bless you guys. Take care.